This is the Niger Athletics Weekly Podcast, a production of Making of Champions, Nigeria's leading sports media and management company.
In the past week, 3 Nigerian athletes have secured qualifications for their respective events at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Welcome to another episode of Niger Athletics Weekly. This is our show. I am your host, Christopher Madaresi, and I have with me Fumi Fameso and Yemi Oluz, who will help me talk about everything involving Niger athletes, both home and abroad. Welcome, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me once more.
Okay, so guys, 3 Nigerian athletes have qualified for the Olympics. Blessing Okagbare, Gloria, Asumnu, and another name that not most people know, Nwanneka, Okwelogu, Yemi.
Yeah, Nwanneka was at the African Championships in 2014 in Marrakesh. She won silver behind Cindy Ofili
That was in 2014.
And she was at the Commonwealth Games as well in 2014. That was her debut outing for Nigeria. But she wasn't active for Nigeria last season. I don't know if it's due to the demands of school. You know, she's in Harvard University and then competing and all of that. So she didn't compete for Nigeria last year. But I'm sure with her qualifying for the Olympics now, definitely she'll be in action this year for Nigeria. And
most people now know her. She's still on Olympic qualification, and I'm still going to put this to you, Yemi. Gloria Asumnu qualified for the 100 meters.
Yeah.
Not most people expected her, maybe. Well, we also what happened last year at the World Champs. She wasn't able to qualify for the individual events, although she was in Beijing for 4x1. And she seemed very excited about this when she put up on her Facebook page that she had qualified.
It's not being fit now, qualifying for the individual events in the Olympics. Just like we're talking the other time, talking about the relay teams of other countries who might pose possible threats to us. We're talking about US, Jamaica,
Great Britain,
Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, it was Trinidad and Tobago I wanted to talk about. And we said our girls need to run faster if we're to provide a formidable relay team in Rio. And so it looks like they heard us and they're actually going faster. Gloria has been pursuing this season from the indoors. She's been competing since the indoors, you know, into the outdoors. So it was very clear that she wanted to hit the qualifying mark, and I'm glad she did. That's a plus for us, especially with regards to the relays.
I just hope she doesn't start dropping her times now, because now she has qualified for the Olympics, and now she has the confidence that okay, I'm going to Olympics. So I just hope, you know, Fasasi did the same thing early in the season. Early in the year, he ran the Olympic qualifying mark, but now we've not seen him drop. Could it be because
Fasasi is a student, you know, still in school, mixing academics and?
But he did that early in the season, early in the years. Now he's even finding it difficult to do a sub 46. I just hope Gloria will continue running and continue dropping her times to have faster times. I'm not in a situation whereby, she feel relaxed that, okay, I've already qualified for the Olympics. I don't have to attend too many competitions or give in too much for the Olympics.
Okay, we've talked about Gloria Asumnu, we've talked about Nwanneka, Okwelogu. So let's talk about the big fish. Yeah, if I'm to put it that way. Let's talk about it last weekend. Jumped 6.73 and she stopped after her 4th try. I have secured qualification, and you know, is Blessing going to be able to combine long jump and the sprints? Can she do it effectively?
That's the question I know a lot of people will be asking. She did that in 2013 Moscow, where she was able to win silver in the long jump and then bronze in the 200 meters. Can she do that effectively this year? I do not know, because we saw her competing in both events at the Eugene Diamond League. Yeah. She finished 4th in the long jump, but she jumped, a good time, and then finished 6th in the 100 meters, where she ran 11:16 seconds. Yeah. We might say that things may have been better if it was further down into the season. It's still early. This is the first time she's doing that this season. So we hope that subsequently she might be able to do it better, you know, but doing that in the same competition, it's going to be a tough task, I must admit.
I really think if she is to secure a medal in both, she's going to jump very well in her first 3 attempts. Because look at the time. If she's going to do long jump today and she's going to run 100 meters. She might be exhausted for me, won't she?
Yes, she might. She has done this before, but when we check the age, she did that. That was in 2013. She was younger then, but now she's much older, and the stakes are higher now. They are running faster. The athletes are running faster. Athletes are jumping further. So her combining, I just feel she should just concentrate on one event. Fine, she has not won any medal, any global medal in the 100 meters, so she might just want to have that. But I still feel I'll still stick with my opinion on her doing the long jump, because just last week, a German jumper, Sutsena Mongwena, jumped to 7:16 world lead.
And you think Blessing can do 7 meters?
Blessing can do 7 meters. That's if she concentrates fully on long jump.
But she loves,
but a situation where she combines,
Blessing already has an Olympic medal in the long jump. So
that's but 100 meters
is the sprint.
This is her second long jump of the season, and if she's doing it at
that's
this stage, that means that she wants to do long jump at the Olympics.
That means she has a better chance, because this is her second jump in the season, and she did a 6.73. So if she concentrates fully, like, okay, let me put my mind to this, that means we can see Blessing do a 7 meters. But in the 100 meters, the times are getting faster. I don't want to go to the situation of 200 meters in Eugene, but look at the world lead, 10.80. Blessing's PB is 10.79. And this is, when last has she done a 10.79? Okay, fine. Last year she did a 10.8.
It could be early for her to peak now, you know, maybe June next month.
Exactly.
Yeah, she could.
I think by next month we'll know how far Blessing will be able to go.
Well,
for the Olympics.
yes, no, but
I still think she can
has
combine
to go
both,
faster.
like she did.
Because we want a situation whereby she will combine 2 events and she won't do well in the 100 meters. It will be disappointing to some people that don't understand the game. So even if she wins a medal in long jump and she ends up not winning a medal in 100 meters, some people will be disappointed, because that's the event that they want a medal from her. But a situation where she concentrates fully on long jump and she wins a medal, they'll say, she did this and she won a medal for. There's still that satisfaction there.
I'll just add that it will depend on the timetable of the Olympics.
Exactly, it will depend on the timetable. Like she did in Eugene, after 4 jumps, she had to pass the other 2 because she knew she was going to run the next day. So hopefully things would fall into plan for Blessing Okagbare at the Olympics.
Hopefully.
And rounding up this segment, Chidi Okezie ran a sub 46 for the first time.
Wow. Yeah.
I think it's last
We should
clap for him.
Yes,
he ran 45.64, right?
Yeah.
45.64.
Yeah.
45.64, and I mean, I think this could boost our 4x40.
Yes, apart from the 4x40.
We are being optimistic.
At first, I was scared about Chidi. What's happening with Chidi? Chidi has not been going after the world indoors. So it seems that him going off for a while paid off, and he came out with his first sub 46, and which is good for our 4x4 relating, because we have Olukoya doing 45. We have Chidi now. We have Kunle. So we just need another 45 runner to just take us to the final of the Olympics and probably win a medal.
You're listening to the Niger Athletics Weekly Podcast, a production of Making of Champions.
All right, moving on now. 6 Nigerians have qualified for next month's NCAA Championships. They are Tobi Amusan, Nwanneka Okwelogu, Margaret Bamgbose, Florence Uwakwe, Kunle Fasasi, and K Olukoya. Okay, now for me, I specifically wanted to ask you this question. Does Tobi Amusan stand a chance against Cindy Ofili?
No, let's move on to raise our hopes too high. She might get to the final. I'm not doubting that. But her winning a medal, it's a high calling for her. I don't say I'm winning a medal. Probably she'll get to the final. She'll do well, top 5. Because it's not about Cindy Ofili alone. There's this lady from Kentucky too, Jasmine Camacho Queen. She did a 12.7 also. So even Tobi is not the second leader now in NCAA. She's not the 3rd or 4th. And this is just ahead of the championships. So let's see situations where more of these hurdlers come up. I'm not doubting the fact that Tobi will get to the final. That's sure. She might finish in the top 5. But her winning the NCAAs, no.
Yemi, do you agree with Fumi?
I would concur with Fumi. Cindy
you don't believe that a miracle could happen?
Not that. Cindy, Tobi has only broken 13 seconds once.
Yes.
I think she can't break it.
Cindy has done that more often. Right now, Cindy is number 5 on the world list with 12.66 seconds. And then Fumi also mentioned a couple of people who might also pose a challenge to Tobi. So Tobi, if it's like a year from now, if you're asking this question, I can now say, okay, yes, I believe Tobi can go that far. But now,
I seem to be the only person who is optimistic that Tobi might spring a surprise. Well, you never can tell what happened. Let's come back home now. We are going to talk about the D.K Olukoya Championships. By the way, D.K Olukoya Championships was our own junior national trials, if I'm to put it that way, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Junior trials for people going to the World Juniors next month, no, July in Poland.
Yeah, the D.K Olukoya Championships has always been used. It's a youth and junior championship used for trials for whatever global or continental youth or junior competition that is holding that particular year.
For me, I saw how you were reeling then, you were laughing, you were jumping, you were excited at some point. What was the highlight for you at this championship?
You have to ask them. Everybody knows that the 100 meters boys final was the highlight. So
it could be something else. Okay,
it could be, I mean, yeah.
Different strokes for different.
No, for Raymond to run 10.37.
Talking about athletes who really impressed me, I was impressed with the winner of the 400 meters. The guy ran 47.7.
Yes, it was a surprise because nobody knew him. Like, you know, I even had to ask you that, please help me get his name, because he was just 0.7 seconds shy of the qualifying mark. And that was just like his first race of the season, if I'm right. So that means if he goes to other subsequent golden leagues, he might just meet the qualifying mark. And he was so fast, he was so confident, like even crossing the finish line, he was strong, he didn't struggle too much, you know, you understand. And I was, I don't know how to say this, but immediately Precious Moses went to our Facebook page to like that post when I said Emmanuel Bamgbose just clocked 47.77 seconds. Precious Moses, I know for some of us who don't really know him, he went immediately to like this stuff that, okay, fine, that, oh, there's someone coming up now in Nigeria. So Bamgbose was so impressive that day.
I know you were raving about Raymond's 10.37 performance. Yes, I mean,
it's not just about the time, but the build up to the race itself.
3-4 starts.
Crazy.
Or was that a repeat of the Atlanta 1996 Olympics men 100 meters final?
You know, but it was a crazy race. But that only added to the tension, you know, anticipation ahead of the race. Because I mean, 3-4 starts in a single race. It's not beans, if I'm to put it in look.
And everybody was expecting that, oh, the athletes, those remaining will be tensed and they might not give us a fast time. And look at Raymond. Raymond came from behind. It was just like 50 meters to go. That was when he was able to catch up with them and win the race.
Are you implying that Raymond could have even done a lower 10?
For instance, now, Omama third in Shanghai, when he won the 110 meters of the score, clocking his first sub 13. There were 2 false starts also in that race, and he said if there hadn't been false starts and if he was not tensed, probably would have seen a faster time. So it might just be a difference in Raymond's case. If there are not false starts, we might have seen a faster time from Raymond. And he still has a month to go before World Juniors. So I'm expecting Raymond to still go faster.
Wow.
Faster than 10.37.
I think at this point we have to listen to the interview of Raymond Ekevo. He granted us an interview after he won the race.
So we're here with Raymond Ekevo, winner of the boys 100 meters. Raymond, can you just tell us the races you ran today and how your performance was?
I ran the 100 meters and 200 meters. The 100 meter final ended with 10.37, while the 200 meter ended with 22.6.
Okay, Raymond, in Sapele you ran a PB and then today you ran 2 PBs. Were you planning for that to happen?
For the Sapele, I was planning for that to happen. In the finals, I didn't expect that time. That is the 10.3. Just seems like the grace of God.
So Raymond, ahead of the World Juniors in Poland, you know, what's your target? Do you have any targets?
Right now, my ambition is to go there and win the World Junior title for the 100 meters.
Okay, I think before this final, people were expecting people like Olisakwe, Tango to win the race, but somehow Raymond dusted everybody. Were you expecting that? Or would you say you won because they didn't run in the final?
I would say it's because they didn't run. Even if they were there, I would have done the same thing. So, just the grace of God.
That was Raymond the Kevo after he won. Incidentally, he won the 200 meters, Yemi, and he was very, very exhausted while speaking to you.
Oh, he was exhausted. The guy was, in fact, almost looked like he could pass out.
Okay, let's go on. Ruth Usoro set PBs in all 3 events she competed in: 100 meters, 200 meters, and long jump. This is someone that won the bronze medal at last year's national championships. It's looking like a sure bet for her.
Ruth is one to really watch out for. I think a year from now, I mean, we won't believe how far she would have gone. She was able to set a PB of 6:11 meters in the long jump, and then 12.07 seconds in the 100 meters, 24.98 seconds in the 200 meters. So 3 PBs in all 3 events she competed in. So this now takes us back to the question about blessing.
Competing in 3 events.
3 events and set PBs, but then of course this is at a much, would I say, a much lower
lesser,
level. Yeah.
Now let's talk about our own Team MoC athletes. We had 6 athletes at the championships. Who impressed you the most?
That would be Jerry Jakpa.
Because he did the 10-8-1.
8-1, and he was not 100% fit, according to him, that he was injured. So before he finished the race, like 10 meters to the end of the race, he had to slow down because he was having hamstring issues and everything. So imagine if he was 100% fit, we would have seen him get to the final, maybe on a faster time. So I was impressed with Jerry Jakpa. Then from the ladies, I'll go for Chiamaka, especially considering her age, and she was able to beat her seniors.
Considering her age, how old is she?
15.
Wow.
She did a false start in 100 meters, so she was not able to compete in the 100 meters. But I'm so glad that she was able to channel her energy to the 200 meters. She didn't let that weigh her down, and she was able to win her race, beating her seniors. So that was very impressive from her.
Joy equally won the 200 meters, despite the fact that she had a very slow start in the 100 meters.
Yeah, she won her 200 meters heat. Esi Oguma won his 400 meters heat. Jerry Jakpa won his 100 meters heat and finished second in his 200 meters heat. Ifunaya won her 100 meters heat. And then Joy won the 200 meters heat as well.
I mean, considering the ages of these athletes, our own athletes, Team MoC, I think it was quite commendable what they were able to do, winning their heats.
For some of them, this was even their first official outing, you know, for MoC. So that's, they're being exposed now to more competitions. And okay, like Chiamaka who first started, and all, you know, it's a learning process for them, and they're beginning to learn now that there's so much to put into this. Like even when we spoke to Jerry Jakpa, he was telling us of the lessons he learned, you know, about how to run for time and all of that, since eventual finalists were chosen based on times. Like Jerry had something to say about that.
To add to what she said, we're talking about Chiamaka being 15. This was a World Juniors qualifier. So she's 15, that means she has like 2 more World Junior qualifiers to go for. And if she's winning now, that means she, with training and the right guidance, she'll definitely
still like 4 years to go.
Chiamaka was fast on the curve. She attacked the curve. I mean, it was so impressive watching
well done,
her come
Team
through.
MoC athletes. So let's listen to our head coach, D.K Olukoya, and one of the athletes, Jerry Jakpa, on what they have to say about the D.K Olukoya Championships.
And we're here with Coach D.K Olukoya, MoC head coach. So, Coach, we had 6 athletes competing here today. What would you say about their performance?
Well, I'm not too impressed. At the same time, I'm not too disappointed with their performance. Like we've discussed, it's more like work in progress. There's still a lot to be done, and hopefully, by the time we get to the off season, we'll be able to sit down, get all those things fixed. Like I said earlier, we're not really expecting much from them. We don't want to put too much pressure on them. So, but next year, obviously, we'll be able to raise the bar and expect more.
Okay, so Coach, seeing them compete here amongst other people, does it inspire some kind of hope for you that very soon MoC athletes will be ones to watch out for? Definitely.
I feel so happy watching them, race, and with the way they all perform today. Obviously, I'm looking forward to a very, very, good performance in subsequent competition and in years to come.
So what are some of the things you just think that, okay, they need to improve on?
Well, a lot of them are lacking. Technically, they are lacking one or two things, and those things are things we can only fix during the off season. So, like I said earlier, it's more like work in progress. And my observation, basically, what I observe are not things we can fix right now. These are things we can fix only during the build-up, and during the build-up, we'll probably try and fix that, and we'll then, be expecting much from them.
We're here with Jerry Jakpa, an MoC athlete. Jerry, can you just tell us the races you ran today and what your positions were?
I did the 100 and 200, the 100 and 200 meters. My 100, I placed first in my heat with 10.81, but I didn't qualify for the finals. Why 200? I don't know the time, but I placed second.
Okay, so Jerry, this is your first official outing for MoC. What has the experience been like?
It has been wonderful. I will commend MoC for their support and everything that they did for us to be able to participate in this event conducively and with an environment that is supportive. But I knew I didn't do as much as I expected, but MoC tried as much as I know they did.
Okay, so Jerry, tell us, what were the lessons you learned today? What have you experienced here?
Okay, I would say training is number one. Training is key to anybody's success. You must train, you must work hard and get what you want. Then another thing was run a good race, run with a plan, execute your plan, and it depends on what the officials have set. If they said you should run for time, you run for time. If you know you are running to win, you run to win. So you have to know your plan as the athletes to be able to run well in every of your race.
Okay, so Jerry, what's your expectation, for the rest of the season? What are you planning towards?
For the rest of the season, I would say the World Juniors this year, I'm not really looking forward to the World Juniors anymore, but I will be working hard. The rest of the season is just to keep breaking the times, keep working hard, keep breaking the times, and I'm looking forward to wonderful times next season.
Those were the voices of our head coach, Deji Aliyu, and one of our athletes, Jerry Jakpa. Okay, so it's another Golden League week. Yemi, are you excited? I mean, previously it was Ilorin, and now I'm hearing in fact,
those guys have been spoiling my show, if I'm to put it that way. The first Golden League was meant to be Bauchi, and then I had already made plans for Bauchi, only to hear that it was shifted to Abuja. Now, the third Golden League was supposed to hold in Ilorin, but once again, the venue has changed to Shagamu.
But Shagamu is close to Lagos, so you should be excited going to Shagamu.
I should, but my source of excitement right now is the fact that we've been told that the Shagamu Golden League will be used as a sort of qualifiers for the African Senior Championships holding in Durban next month, and even the Rio 2016 Olympics. You know that the national trials doesn't come until July, which means we'll have already gone for the African Championships before then. So this Golden League will be used as a sort of qualifiers. I'm hoping that the athletes will see reason to up their game, this time around, since it's going to be a qualifier. So we should expect some fast times there.
How many athletes would likely be chosen from this Shagamu Golden League?
We've not been told yet, but
because of course I know that slots could be earmarked for foreign-based athletes. So if we're talking about local athletes, maybe 10, 15.
It depends on, the African Championships, we know that we'll have more athletes going for the African Championships than the Olympic Games. Okay, look at the team, for example, to the African Games. We had quite a number of athletes going for the African Games. So it will be the same thing with the African Championships. This is a continental event. So I'm hoping that we see athletes run fast times there, and some of the big names, home-based, are going to be there. Ogo will be there. Divine Oduduru will be there. Patience Okon-George will be there.
She should be back from Dakar.
Yeah, she should be back from Dakar. So all of them will be there. That would definitely add more glamour
to Shagamu Golden League.
Yeah, to the Golden League.
For me, you were gushing about Raymond. Do you think he is going to step up more now against the big boys? 10-3-7 against Ogo Ogene, who has done 10-1-5.
I'm actually worried.
Why?
It's the same reason I gave as Gloria Asumnu. I'm actually worried that now he has done 10-3-7. I'm going to Poland, so I hope he does not relax. Then
Well,
another
could be motivated.
How about if he doesn't come? Like
For Shagamu.
I've already qualified to go to Poland. So
Just to chip in there, Raymond has to get over what he did at D.K Olukoya last week. Running 200 meters races, I mean, where he sets PBs in both, and then the 200, he was so drained. So sincerely, if he doesn't even come to Shagamu, but let's say he comes for the fourth and final leg of the AFN Golden League, that would be okay to me, I think. And he was probably injured too after the race. Who knows?
It's possible. Let's think about this scenario. Raymond turns up at Shagamu, and races against the big boys, maybe finishes second or even wins the race, stuns everybody and wins the race. Do you think he will be on the plane to Durban? Or is he too young?
He's not too young to go to Durban. He's a junior. But the fact is, will Raymond come and stun the big guys? I don't think so. But if you're checking based on the times now, he's like the second fastest in Nigeria now, or third fastest in Nigeria now. So it's possible that he might finish in top 3, might finish in top 5, but him winning, when there's Ogo there, and we know that Ogo is like
the more experienced guys.
No, he can't. But him going to Durban, I think they shouldn't just do that for him yet. They should just focus on him going to Poland.
But I would differ there. I mean, what's the point of having athletes run so well and then you don't expose them to
bigger
at least like he could be a part of the relay team. Let him not run the 100
We've
meters.
forgotten that we only have slots for the Nigerian team. We only have slots for 3 athletes in both the 100 and 200.
So I don't even want him running the 100 or 200. Just relays, just exposure.
You can't have and the first person has to come from your 200 meters.
Of course, we're talking about three people. No, he could make a relay team is made up of 6 athletes. He could be number 5. He could be number 5 or 6. If he still runs faster this year, what then would you say? If he actually runs faster than the boys?
Good. But I would prefer that we've forgotten that World Juniors is after African Champs. So that would be too many competitions for him within the space of a month.
It's been a packed episode of Niger Athletics Weekly. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Do join us again for the next episode, and hopefully more Niger athletes would have secured the Olympic qualification by then. From all of us here, Yemi, Fumi, and me, Chris, do have a lovely week ahead.
This is the Niger Athletics Weekly podcast, a production of Making of Champions, Nigeria's leading sports media and management company. For all the latest athletic stories, go to makingofchamps.com and follow us on social media at Making of Champs on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, and YouTube.